Hello and welcome to WMLT News. I'm Courtney Vanatter.
And I'm Chris Anderson. Governor Earl Ray and First Lady Joanne Yeager Tomblin honored those lost as a result of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attack. The two led the state in a moment of silence, as well as placed a wreath at the West Virginia Fallen Firefighters Memorial. They then participated in the remembrance ceremony held at the state capitol. Local state leaders and children attended. Governor Tomblin said that although 11 years have passed, we still remember that morning, where we were and what we were doing. This month is National Preparedness Month, and Greenbrier County Homeland Security and Emergency Management is launching meetings in a town hall style series to inform communities and prepare them in case of another emergency, like the June 29th storm. They are seeking feedback for what worked and what ways for them to improve in the event of another emergency. GCHSEM officials said, along with FEMA, worked hard and in some cases are still working to recover from the storm in June. They want to be ready and they want to emphasize on being prepared before another emergency. Their slogan for this month's preparation tips is, "The first 72 is on you." Evacuation plans and family calling trees are among the suggestions, as well as printing out important home documents in case of making a quick evacuation.
A man is in custody after he allegedly tried to rob the First Community Bank in Beckley. Jimmy Williams entered the bank and handed the teller a note requesting money. After receiving the money, Williams exited the building and ran into the woods. Officers quickly were able to close off the area where the K-9 unit was brought into the track the suspect's path. After finding Williams, the money was returned and Williams was arrested. Police say that no weapons were involved, yet the incident was still considered an armed robbery due to the act itself. Concord University starting quarterback Zach Grossi was transported to the Princeton Hospital with severe injuries after his SUV was hit by a Jeep in between Athens and Princeton on Eads Mill Road last week. The accident occurred when the driver of the Jeep failed to yield when making a left turn. Grossi, a 3-year starter with 7,048 yards in his career and 12th best in the history of WeViat Conference. Here now is Nathaniel Altair from Culture Fest World Music and Arts Festival.
This weekend, the 9th Annual Culture Fest, a local Princeton area music festival, was held at the Appalachian Folklife Center near Pipestem State Park. Vendors, musicians, and anyone looking for fun came to the festival from September 6th to the 9th to experience everything from expressive art to yoga. People camped for the 3 nights, even braving the rain to stay the whole weekend and watch every band. I met up with Culture Fest curators Lori McKinney and Robert Blankenship to see how this year's Culture Fest has been going.
How's the festival been going for you thus far?
It's going great. We've had a few technical issues and some rain, but other than that, it's going great. People are in high spirits, starting to come back out now that the rain's calmed down, but other than that, it's been great.
I know the festival is almost a decade old. Are you planning to make it go on into its teens and beyond?
Absolutely. We'll do it as long as we can, as long as everybody continues to want it here. We'll keep putting it out, and we are excited about the 10th anniversary. It feels like we're about to round a corner, and in a lot of ways it feels like the beginning right now.
What do you like about this festival?
I like that I get to play and I get paid to play, but I like the way that Lori and Robert, who've organized this event, they've taken the skills they've learned about organizing a large festival and also the skills they learned doing a local, more communal festival, and they've mixed them together. So you have a medium-sized, larger festival with a real family feel to it.
The event planners know what they're doing, good food, good vending, But most importantly, the people who are putting on the festival are great people and are putting out the love. So I think that's really what's important for the foundations of a good project.
In our area around here, a lot of people are pretty xenophobic, and it's not their faults, I don't think. I think people are just raised with just being afraid of what's different. And so when we bring in people from other cultures, because a lot of people around here don't have the opportunity to travel. You know, if they've gotten to travel, it might be to Pigeon Forge or to Myrtle Beach, so they've seen more chain restaurants, but they, haven't really gotten the feel for, different cultures and, different ways of life. So if we can get them here on site in this beautiful scenery that they're used to in the West Virginia mountains, and bring in people from other cultures and expose that to them, and just sort of pump that message out through the media and through whatever avenues that we can use in our community. We would really like to just raise people's awareness of respect for diversity.
All right, that's all for this weekend here at Culture Fest. For WMLT News, I'm Nathaniel Altair.
Culture Fest wrapped up last weekend and included many unique vendors.
Culture Fest wrapped up last weekend and included many unique vendors.
There are a lot of people out there that aren't a fan of hemp, like I said. And the bone butter it's got rosemary, calamus, and chamomile in it. They're all herbs that naturally help your skin to heal. A lot of my labels are printed on 100% post-consumer recycled paper. We try to be really conscious of the environment because it's what we have.
Other vendors included Positive Vibrations, Super Seed Magazine, food from all over the world, and some very unique artwork.
Festivals do kind of have a stereotype that goes along with it, that it's very drug-oriented and it's, just craziness. And but this is a family event, first of all. There's kids running around and, we're all just kind of watching over each other, even us as booths next to each other. We're trying to help each other out if someone needs something. And the people here are just so welcoming. If you're afraid to go to festivals in general, or you're just don't feel like it's right for you, this is a good starter festival. I just couldn't find earrings that I liked in the store, so I said, well, I'll start making some, and sure enough, now I've got a lot. But I've made several different small lines of things. I've done cats and sea otters and owls for a little bit, and dinosaurs. But octopuses were the thing that I made the first two, and a bunch of my friends just bought them off of me immediately. So I just started making more, and my goal was 100 items for Culture Fest, since this is my first vending experience ever, and I got about 150 items by the end of it.
Wild Earth Hoops offered handmade hula hoops and workshops in hoop dance. Hula hoop dancing is a great way to exercise while freeing up the mind and stretching out the body's muscles. For WMLT News, I'm Derek Klein in Athens.
Stay tuned. We'll return with more WMLT News in just a moment. Century alumni, retirees, and family members rallied on Monday outside the Capitol in Charleston. Governor Earl Ray Tomblin has been working with the retirees to help get the Ravenswood plant back open. Century terminated their health benefits when they shut down in 2009. Tomblin met with the company officials, telling them before the company is granted economic benefits from the state to help reopen, they must agree to provide health care benefits for the retired. Century officials say without a special rate on the cost of electricity, it cannot reopen the plant. But it has to be argued that this would cause higher bills for other Appalachian Power customers. 738 people were affected when Century dropped its health care benefits.
According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 67% of adults in West Virginia are overweight and 30% are obese. The same study shows that 14% of teens are overweight, with 14% more who are also obese. A facility in Mercer County has worked for 15 years to help the community slim down. The Princeton Health and Fitness Center celebrated 15 years of service this month with Anniversary Week. The center has been a part of the community since 1997. Their goal is to serve the community by making it available for everyone to live the healthiest lifestyle possible. Member Services Director Brenda Woodward says celebrating 15 years is more than just an anniversary. It's creating opportunities and hope for a better tomorrow. Here now is Jared Klein with all the details of the Sternwheel Festival.
The Sternwheel Festival kicked off last weekend in Marietta, Ohio, and attracted thousands of visitors. The event, which takes place on the Ohio River that forms the border between West Virginia, was a host to a wide array of amusement for all ages. April Bruzda, who went to the fair, describes her time.
Well, we came yesterday. We're from Mansfield, Ohio, and our friends are camping over here at the campground, and we've just come and enjoyed the sights and looking forward to the fireworks tonight.
The event honors its namesake with dozens of boats docked for show in Marietta. One boat even featured musical numbers broadcasted by Steen. Besides boats, the streets were lined with activities and stands. Cody Owens talked with us about his stand's crafts.
We make 3D art decor signs from handmade. What we do is we go on our computers, hand draw them on there and then put them on PVC pipe board, and then we take them to a router. Then after we take them to the router, we put vinyl on them and then cut them out and put them together piece by piece.
The Sternwheel Festival, which starts in Williamstown, West Virginia, continues over the bridge to Marietta, Ohio.
Saturday came to a close with a fireworks show that awed everyone in attendance. Overall, many had an enthusiastic first impression of the festival.
It's been a very enjoyable time, very good festival.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Kind of excited to watch the fireworks tonight. I heard it was a pretty good show.
Reporting in Marietta, Ohio, this is Jared Klein, WMLT News.
Now, with this week's Ticket or Leave It, here's Cassidy Caro.
Thank you and hello. I'm Cassidy Caro with your Ticket or Leave It. A few movies you should be looking for. One being Hit and Run, rated R. It's a comedy starring and also directed by Dax Shepard. In this hilarious movie about a young couple that doesn't favor their lifestyle as is, so they hit the road to have a road trip that can lead them to an opportunity of a lifetime. Along the way, they pick up some unwanted company, including a federal marshal, a past friend, and a band of crazies. Cast also stars Christian Bale and Tom Arnold. From director Simon West comes the sequel to The Expendables, and if you didn't see the first one, you might want to see it before checking out this movie. This is an action-packed movie that keeps you on the edge of your seat, bringing back a huge action cast including Stallone, Jet Li, Chuck Norris, Bruce Willis, and even many more. Arnold Schwarzenegger, too, as well. Thank you, and back to the desk.
This has been WMLT News from Concord University.
Tune in again in 2 weeks.